Hi, here is a very basic tutorial about the simple things that you could need in Blender to edit your model. So this is what you get when you open my Blender file available on the website. So to edit the mesh, you need to enter the edit mode. So you're gonna click on the model and hit tab. There is always ways to use the buttons everywhere, but the shortcuts are very important in Blender, so I won't cover where the buttons are, but I will say what buttons I use, and you can see just underneath my bat what I'm doing with my mouse and my keyboard. So to enter the edit mode, you need to hit tab. Here is the mesh. So there is 3 different ways to interact with the mesh. On the keyboard, it's 1, 2, and 3. 1 is the vertex mode, vertices mode, so you will see the points, and that's what you will be able to interact with. The second mode, 2, is the edge mode, so basically the lines. And the third one is the face mode. You will interact with the planes. If you want your edit to be symmetrized, you need to activate them in here. So this is the X axis, the one you're going to use the most. And that's it for the basics of the edit mode. Let's show how to remove the hair, for example. I'm gonna show you how to remove them, and I also gonna show you how to pick up a mesh and extract it from the body to have a separated mesh. It is not optimized to have several different meshes for ViewChat, but it can be useful. So first things first, we're gonna remove the hair. There is several kind of selection tools. When you click on a face, there is several different things that you can do to select what you need. The first one is the box. You can select with the box. It's not very useful. If you hold Shift, you can box several different parts of the mesh. The second one would be the Control plus or Control minus. That will like increase or reduce your selection. Plus, minus, plus, minus. And the one I use the most, there is another one before. There is the C. C will give you something like a brush. If you left click, you're gonna select whatever is under the circle. You can scale it up and down with the scroll. And the middle mouse button will let you remove. And then if you right click, it's the end of the mode. And then the one I use the most is the L button. So wherever my cursor is, if I hit L, it will select the entire thing. This mode has several selection possibilities. The menu is in here. Right now I'm on the seam mode. The seam mode, sorry. It means that if there is seams on the model, it won't go over it. Let's take an example. If I create a seam in here, if I use the L button to select in seam mode, it will take only the part which is inside of the seam. If I switch to normal, it's gonna take everything. You see? It's the same for the sharp, and the material is also very useful. It's gonna select everything related to the same material, unless there is a separation in the mesh. The last one that I use a lot as well is the selection by material. If you click on the surface and then Shift G, it will open a little menu, and in here, if you select material, it's gonna take everything related to the same UV. So if I want to select the body, the entire body material, for example, I just click somewhere on the body, Shift G, material, and boom! You have selected everything related to this material. So now let's remove the hair. For this, the simplest way would be using the material. So click on the surface, Shift G, material, and then right click, delete faces. This is it. If I go back to the object mode with tab, it's not there anymore. It's gone. It's gone for good. Now let's make them a separated mesh instead. So you can Control Z your actions. And now I'm gonna create a sub object out of the hair. It would be, when it's selected, you hit P and then selection. Then you can go back to the object mode, and as you can see, there is no two different meshes in here, body and body one. You can rename them, hair, for example. So this, in Unity, the hair, will be displayed as a second body that you can actually toggle or untoggle. You need to remember that it is not optimized for ViaChat. That's why my model is one mesh. Now, I think you have enough knowledge for very basic needs. To join back your mesh together, you need to select the child first, and then hold Shift and select the parent, and then Control J or G. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I'm sorry, but you can see it on my little thing below. And here we go. It's one mesh again. Now I'm going to show you how to add a prop inside of Blender. A very simple thing. I'm going to use my little horns that I've done for, I don't remember who. It's available on the Discord on asset sharing. You go to File, Import, FBX, and then you select the thing you want to import. And this is it. Okay. In here, if I move my body, the horns won't follow. You need to link them to the head, the same way that you do in Unity, but in here it's different. So first of all, you're gonna join the mesh of the horns to the body. So children, Shift, parent, Control J, and then you're gonna enter back the edit mode, select, I'm using L right now, select the horns, and you're gonna assign them to the head vertex group. It's the, okay, let me move my butt. Okay, do you see this little green triangle in here? This is a very important menu. You need to click on that. Those are the shape keys. They are the blend shapes in Unity, and those are the vertex groups, which are basically the bones in Unity. So you will need to look for the head, here, select it, and then assign it. So now they are bounded to the head. I'm gonna move back. And so if I enter the pose mode of Blender in here, I'm gonna, so I select the armature and then Control Tab. Now I'm in position mode. So I'm gonna use the X-ray thing. I'm gonna select the bone I want to move, enable the rotation. And as you can see, the horns follow. They follow. Okay, I think we're good for the very basic stuff. If you want to do more in Blender, I would heavily recommend the Guru Blender Donut tutorial on YouTube. I will provide the link. So this is it for the slide edits. Remember that you will need the CATS plugin to export your model if you work with my content. I will provide the link and the tutorial on the description of the video. So that's it for this tutorial. Have fun!